At this time, will you please join me as the Blue Valley West Choir, under the direction of Mrs. Kimberly Medelsky, sings the Star Spangled Banner. Gentlemen, please remove your hats at this time. You may be seated. At this time, our choir will perform May the Road Rise Up by Ray Rouse. Senior Justin Klein will be conducting. Thank you, Mrs. Medelsky and choir, for that beautiful music. Good evening, I'm Brett Potts, and it is my privilege to serve as principal of Blue Valley West High School. I want to welcome our candidates for graduation, parents, family members, and friends to the 13th commencement ceremony of Blue Valley West High School. This is a very special ceremony this evening, and out of respect for each of our graduates, I have been asked by the class of 2014 to request that members of the audience refrain from the use of air horns, noisemakers, or any action that would take away from the dignity of this once-in-a-lifetime ceremony. Coordinating an event like this takes many hours of planning and hard work. I want to thank Assistant Principal Brian Bruto, Administrative Assistants Janet Rausch, Judy Troster, Cheryl Batista, Maureen Miller, and Christy Fan for all their hard work in planning this event. Please join me in thanking them, as well as the many others who had a part in planning this wonderful ceremony. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Tom Trigg, Blue Valley Superintendent of Schools, to the podium to introduce those joining us on the platform this evening.
On behalf of the Board of Education of Blue Valley Unified School District number 229 and the administration, faculty, and staff, it's my pleasure to greet you at this, the 13th graduation of Blue Valley West High School. It's always a favorite time of year as graduates come forth to receive their diplomas. This graduation represents the fulfillment of much hard work and effort on the part of the community, parents, relatives, and many others. Students, we are extremely proud of you and your accomplishments. It is my privilege to introduce the guests on the platform today. I would ask that you would please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Dr. Al Hanna, Deputy Superintendent, Administrative Services. Dr. Sue Dole, Deputy Superintendent, Education Services. Dr. Mike Slagle, Assistant Superintendent. Mrs. Pam Robinson, Board of Education President. Mr. Mike Seitz, Board of Education Vice President. Current board members, Dr. Cindy Bowling, Mrs. Sue Matson, Mrs. Stacy Obringer Varhall, Mr. Tom Mitchell, and Mr. Tony Till. Thank you.
Once again, please join me in thanking our District Office Administrative team and members of the Board of Education for being here this evening. Now, I would like to introduce the individuals to my immediate right. Again, audience, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Mr. Derek Adams, Assistant Principal in charge of Curriculum and Instruction. Mr. Brian Bruto, Assistant Principal in charge of Activities. Ms. Cindy Roach, Assistant Principal and Athletic Director. Cooper Scott, Senior Class President. Joe Nail, Senior Class Speaker. Cade Roberts, Senior Class Performer. Additionally, it would be remiss if I didn't recognize former Blue Valley West Principal, Dr. Tony Lake, who is seated at the back. Dr. Lake served as the principal for this class for the first 3 years of their high school. Thank you for being here, Dr. Lake, and thank you. At this time, it is my privilege to introduce Cooper Scott, President of the class of 2014. Cooper is the son of Heather and Jerry England and Mark Scott. Next year, Cooper will attend the University of Kansas, where he will major in journalism and minor in leadership. Please welcome Senior Class President, Cooper Scott.
One sec. How about that ride in? Okay. Welcome, families, teachers, and fellow students. My name is Cooper Scott, and I'm the class president for this wonderful, extraordinary class. It has been an honor to be able to watch this class grow throughout my 4 years as class president. I know that this class will do great things in their future, and I can't wait to see the world shaped by them. Before I continue, if it would be all right with my classmates, I would like to take a selfie. So I want to remember the moment. So everyone get in it. I've also been asked to tell you to not take out your cell phones to retweet or quote that tweet. I will not tweet it until the end of the ceremony. Since this is my last address to all of my fellow students as class president, I want to say thank you for everything that you guys have given me. You have made West a home for all the other students and for me as well. Thank you. I love all of you so much, and I'll see you at the 10-year reunion. You stay classy. Thank you.
Thank you, Cooper. All of Blue Valley West's successes and accomplishments could not be achieved without motivated students, caring parents, and a great faculty and staff. I would like to take a few moments to share with you some information about the outstanding group of professionals with whom I have the honor of working every day at Blue Valley West. As you can see, the faculty members are seated on either side of the candidates. Each is wearing the academic regalia that identify their highest degree and the institution or college from which they received their degree. At Blue Valley West, there are 103 certified staff members. In addition, there are 49 paras, aides, custodians, and secretaries that make up our support staff. Among the teaching staff, there are 74 teachers who hold a master's degree, 4 hold a specialist degree, and 3 have doctorate degrees. And together the teaching staff averages over 15 years of experience. Blue Valley West faculty and staff, will you please stand? Audience, please join me in thanking these outstanding professionals for a job well done. At this time, it is my honor to recognize the recipients of the Superintendent's Award. The Superintendent's Award represents the achievement of academic excellence over the entire 4 years a student is enrolled in high school. Only those students who have excelled in academics, achieving among the highest levels in their class, are recognized. To earn this distinction, students must place among the top 10 students in either weighted or unweighted grade point average, making it possible for more than 10 students to be recognized. The students received their individual Superintendent's Award medallions at Class Day celebration held Friday at Blue Valley West. Would these students please stand when I call your name? Parents, we ask that you please stand when your son or daughter is recognized. Again, audience, I would ask that you hold your applause until all have been introduced. The students' names will be read in alphabetical order. Nick Abraham, Claire Ashley, Catherine Brewer, Rosanna Chan, Brianna Jackson, Olivia Kunkel, Mackenzie Lugin, Joseph Nail, Luke Reddick, Sandra Sanchez, Kathy Somayaji, Kendall Strohs, Sai Vasan, Olivia Zhao. Please join me in letting these young scholars know how much we appreciate their efforts. You may be seated. It is my pleasure at this time to introduce our senior student speaker, Joe Nail. Joe is the son of Chris and Carrie Nail. After graduation, Joe will be traveling to Germany on a Congress Bundestag scholarship. When he returns to the U.S. in the spring of 2015, he will attend the University of North Carolina as a Moorhead Kane Scholar. Joe's oration this afternoon is entitled, "Create an Extraordinary Life." Please welcome Senior Joe Nail.
Welcome, graduating class of 2014. We've made it. And on behalf of the entire class, thank you parents, family members, teachers, coaches, mentors, and other loved ones for all you have done to make this day special for not only myself, but all those who sit before me. It is my honor and privilege to address you as we congregate as one for perhaps the very last time. September 11th, 2001. After planes slammed into the towers in New York, after the plane crashed into the Pentagon, after the plane fell onto that Pennsylvania field, something spontaneous and remarkable happened on the steps of the US Capitol. Members of Congress from both political parties, men and women accustomed to belittling each other's values, attacking each other's motives, and undercutting each other's efforts, stood shoulder to shoulder and sang. They lifted their voices and lifted their spirits and sang, together, paying tribute to their common unity and for a short moment, transcending daily trivialities. In that brief moment, for those in the audience who can remember, it appeared as if we were on the verge of change. I do not mean the change of tighter airport securities and increased surveillance, but rather of widespread epitome, that we are all not so different. That pettiness and smallness and rote vindictiveness might be put aside for the common good. This, of course, is not to say the aforementioned congressmen and women would suddenly adopt a single political ideology. That will not and should not ever happen. But on that terrible day, we are jarred into recalling that we are one nation, and that the many fine and strong things that bind us together far outweigh the tiny things over which we tend to dispute. The feelings of fellowship that were on display on the steps of the US Capitol late on that September day did not endure. The members of Congress who represent us returned to their former habits, as did the most of the rest of us. Like those affected by the reckless display of violence and hatred more than a decade ago, we too have experienced our tragedies. Perhaps not as pronounced as 9/11, but tragedy nonetheless. And each time, I've been proud and humbled to stand among the graduating class of 2014, a group of classmates together recognizing that the event or events transpired are larger than us. Realizing that life, especially one as rich in opportunity as we've been blessed with, is fragile. But unfortunately, also like 9/11, unity has faded, and we have often returned to bickering and to fighting. I do not stand before you today in an effort to elicit regret or to provoke responses citing the inevitability of human confrontation, but rather to pose a simple question, a question we have all considered, but perhaps not acted upon. How would you like to be treated? For most, including myself, a simple answer: well, very well. If you were to fall ill, what would you expect from your community? I think each of us would hope that we would be greeted with blessings and prayers and with a warm, unified welcome. But I think what we, and certainly I, too often forget is that just because a tragedy is not acutely affecting our private lives does not mean we cannot or should not help. And just because you are not experiencing acute success does not mean you're void of extraordinary opportunities. Identify your gifts and blessings and apply them. Raise them up, for selflessness is often the best thing you can do for yourself. For those of you who have had the privilege of knowing well, you know of my loving family, and in particular of my older sister, Katie. For those of you who don't, Katie is a 2012 graduate of Blue Valley West and was a 4-year member of the special education program we have here. But unlike nearly all of us today, Katie did not and will not go to college. She will not have a first kiss, get married, or have a family of her own. And yet, time and time again, I proceeded to feel sorry for myself because I made a mistake, because I did not achieve the goal. Since birth, Katie has been far more compassionate and understanding than anyone could ever expect. She is a blessing beyond description. She wears a smile that cannot help but make me smile, and she walks bravely into the world of the uncertain. Katie is living an extraordinary life, but more importantly, she is a constant reminder that I, like each of you, have been given so very much. We have been born into a nation of opportunity and have lived every day in a community that places emphasis on education and on safety. We have been given an impetus to live and succeed, and perhaps more importantly, the means to do so. Take every chance to live every day, to do the things you love, spend time with the people you love, but also stay cognizant of those who can do neither. I know I'm not alone in having a source of inspiration, and I would challenge each of you to find your Katie, a person, place, or memory that cannot help but motivate you. We need to enjoy life, yes, but we also need to help those who cannot help themselves. A daunting task, but one from spending 4 years amongst each of you, I'm confident we can tackle. Here today are future doctors, lawyers, businessmen and women, artists, musicians, professional athletes, teachers, and much, much more. We can all be extremely successful by any metric of the word. But to succeed, jump as quickly at opportunities as you do at conclusions. And when we have landed in our respective careers, let's not forget those who have helped us along the way and those who will continue to guide us. Do not shut out additional inspiration, seek it. The fulfilling life, the distinctive life, the relevant life is an achievement composed of meaningful conversation and experience. Stay up late and do whatever you do because you love it and because it's a reflection of your best qualities. Climb a mountain, travel, work hard. But climb the mountain to test yourself. Breathe the cool air and so you can see the world, not so the world can see you. Travel and try the food. Meet new people, learn a new language. To experience and to learn, not in an effort to deem yourself cosmopolitan. And we should continually question, but never yell. We cannot learn from one another until shouting has ceased, until we speak quietly enough so that the connotations of our words are as pronounced as our voices. Let us learn enough to realize how little we know. Life's challenge is to create a resume that does not lead us to a story of what we want to be, but rather who we want to be. It's a story that doesn't bask in achievement, but rather answers the question of how and why it's important. A story that's not a collection of titles and positions, but of purpose, relationships, and meaning. It is amazing what one can do when one is simply doing. Let us not wait for tragedy to act. Do not wait for anything or for anyone. Life is short, and we have been given much. Let us enter this new stage of our life with excitement and with passion, with an earnest desire to experience the unknown, learn the unlearned, and serve the unserved. Great moments are born from great opportunity. Both will be of abundance as we scatter far and wide. But for our sake, and for the sake of a society that desperately needs young leaders, let's create extraordinary lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. At this time, Senior Cade Roberts will perform Prelude Opus 32, number 13. Cade is the son of Tom and Jennifer Roberts. This summer, he will serve a 2-year mission in Germany and return to Brigham Young University to study piano performance. Cade Roberts.
Before I play, I was asked to briefly give my perspective on what this piece means to me, especially in regards to graduation. And for me, this piece begins as a very soft, delicate freshman, as you call it. And like all of us, it takes lots of turns, many unexpected, and not knowing where it's leading. But at the end, with a glorious conclusion, with like a giant redwood, which has grown from a small seed, we have all become something very special. And I just would like to invite all of you, as I play, to ponder on the people that you've become, the seeds that you have been planted in, and that the people that you are yet to becoming. Thank you.
That was incredible. Thank you, Cade. Wow. Dr. Trigg and honored guests, I would like to share with you and our audience some facts about this wonderful group of young people in front of me. The class of 2014 can claim 16 members that have been recognized in the National Merit Scholarship Competition. One member of the class of 2014 has received a military appointment. One member of the class of 2014 earned a perfect standardized test score on the ACT. 91% of the class of 2014 has indicated they will continue their education at a post-secondary program following graduation. 2% will begin vocational career training. 1% will enter the military, and 1% will go directly into the workforce. The remaining 5%, if you've been adding it all up, still undecided. Currently, the value of scholarships offered to the class of 2014, get this, $15,600,000, which just might be a record. Extracurricular and co-curricular activities play an important part of the high school experience. This class, the class of 2014, has experienced numerous successes during their 4 years of high school. The class of 2014 has been involved in 2 team state championships and 7 East Kansas League championships. In addition, our co-curricular programs have won numerous local, regional, and state competitions and have competed and have been recognized at the national level. Audience, please join me in thanking these young people for their dedication and hard work. Seniors, indeed you have accomplished much and your achievements as a class are exemplary. Of course, none of this would be possible were it not for the support and care of your family. At this time, I would like to ask the parents and guardians of the senior class to please stand. Seniors, please join me in thanking your parents and guardians for the support they provided you. Dr. Trigg, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Blue Valley West High School, I present to you these candidates who have completed all requirements prescribed by the state of Kansas and the Blue Valley School District. It is my honor to recommend these students be awarded their diplomas in recognition of this accomplishment.
Dr. Potts, on behalf of the Blue Valley Unified School District, the administration, and its Board of Education, it's my pleasure to accept your recommendation that the Blue Valley West class of 2014 be awarded their high school diplomas.
This evening, Blue Valley West teachers Andrew Addington, Aaron Anderson, Kevin Bandy, Patrick Fitzgerald, Ben Myers, John Roast, and Deb Waldorf have been selected by the class of 2014 to read the names of the graduates. Dr. Trigg and honored guests, it is time to award the diplomas. While the readers and assistant principals are preparing the stage, I have a few reminders. The class of 2014 requests that members of the audience refrain from the use of air horns, noisemakers, or any action that would take away from the dignity of this once-in-a-lifetime ceremony. Every student should have the opportunity to have their name read and heard by the audience at this program. Also, no one will be allowed on the floor to photograph students. A professional photography company will mail the sample close-up to purchase if you wish. Student ambassadors, please prepare the first row of graduates to receive their diplomas.
Nick Tom Abraham, Alec Daniel Adams. Alec Raphael Aguirre. Yusuf M. Alaga. Adam Farid Alaza. Obada Al-Badawi. Madison Mackenzie Allen. Megan Marie Alsop. Kennedy Gabriel Arnold. Claire Elizabeth Ashley. Lauren Taylor Bear. Brady Carl Baker. Victoria Lynn Baldridge. Jordan Ryan Barish. Julia Nicole Barish. Anna Catherine Becker. Caleb Nathaniel Beechner. Kyle Joseph Benefiel. Connor Taylor Beasy. Carrie Ann Berger. Nicholas Jean Berman. Alejandro Romero Basada Barrera. Alexandra Nicole Bloom. Ashley Brianne Boileau. Aisha M. Botchway. Evan Matthew Bourne. Sapphire Marlene Bowers. Andrew Keith Brower. Ellen Ray Brewer. Grace Ann Brewer. Catherine Renee Brewer. Eric James Briscoe. Trey Lewis Brown. Taylor Owen Bryant. Derek Ryan Bullis. Troy Isaac Burgett. Keaton Shay Burns. Robert Bradley Burris. Megan E. Bushhouse. Robert Andrew Butts. William Edward Butts. Camille May Kane. Nicholas J. Cairns. Marissa Annette Capo. Austin David Carl. Zoe Athanasa Carlisle. Ursel Wayne Carr, Jr.
Rachel Renee Cottrell. Rosanna Chan. Tiffany E-Chun Chow. Brooke Elizabeth Chilson. Dahe Annie Cho. Sydney Chornak. Miranda Nicole Clevenger. Drew C. Clifton. Brittany Mary Coburn. Erica Rose Cohen. Amber Louise Collins. Hannah Lavon Canelio. Chandler Edward Cook. Vincent Morgan Kuhn. Which name? Michelle Chung. Cody William Copeland. Jordan Ashley Cox. Thomas Robert Cox. Matthew Scott Crawford. Sydney Marie Crow. Carrie Lee Cunningham. Haley Nicole Sobolski. Elliot Douglas Davidson. Sierra Faith Dietz. Cole Brown Denzen. Elena May Deutsch. Bradley Dale Dickerson. Cameron Richard Doctor. Jackson Robert Dorsch. Megan Ann Doherty. Catherine Page Duncan. John Ross Dykstra. Luke Frederick Edmonds. Zachary Joseph Engelken. Joseph Patrick Ennis IV. Julie Ann Erker. Charles Dodds Ernesti. Nicholas Stewart Fosnight. Alexander Stephen Faust. Jessica Suzanne Ferguson. Eric Thomas Fetter. Kylie Corrine Fearborn. Giuseppe Fiolo. Courtney Rebecca Finch. Caroline Virginia Fasella. Madison Elaine Fletcher. Jesse B. Forney. Austin Gregory Fountain.
Nicholas Graham Fox. Henry Stephen Francis. Courtney Nicole Frazier. Olivia Marie Fry. Connor Joseph Fries. Brian Christopher Furdeck. Grant David Garcia. Colin Eugene Gardner. Brandon Scott Giraldo. Tanner Logan Gregg. Aspen Bailey Graham. Madison Riley Green. Zachary Joseph Green. William Edward Jory. Alexander James Haas. Maxwell Thomas Hayden. Badrad Nicholas Hottie. Lindsay Alexandra Hells. Camille Ashay Ann Hall. Austin Michael Haynes. Morgan Elizabeth Hanna. Catherine Paige Harper. Tanner Lee Harrison. Monica Lynn Haskell. Jocelyn Nicole Hayes. Alonzo Marseille Hayes Hall. Matthew George Heffel. Jackson Lloyd Hendrickson. Ashley Paige Hodges. Benjamin Richard Hodges. Taylor Robert Hopper. Tyler Hill Howard. Addison Lou Hughes. Ryan James Humperville. Brianna Christine Jackson. Jared Franz Jacobson. Danielle Lynn Jacobson. Jacqueline Amelia Jarvis. Chal Austin Jenkins. Spencer Philip Johannesman. Caroline Lene Jones. Caroline Isabella Kane. Nolan Kapoor. Emily Elizabeth Kapp. Amarjot Carr. Madison Ann Kennedy.
Sarah Jessica Kinney. Omar Arif Khan. Grant Harrison Kipps. Catherine Marie Kirchhoff. Justin Robert Klein. Catherine Victoria Connectiony. Jennifer Mary Beth Cribbs. Olivia Nicole Kunkel. Mackenzie Odell Koshka. Zoe R. Kavaznika. Jessica Lynn Lahaski. Nicholas Robert Lane. Tyler Allen Larison. Drake Davis Laughlin. Calvin Andrew Lee. Tae Hung Lee. Grady James Linehan. Ryan Ryan Thomas Lears. Dustin A. Lorenz. Tyler Scott Lyle. Carson Scott Lilly. Jacob Thomas Lillis. Miranda Page Lindmark. Evan James Light. Eric M. Liu. Taylor Austin Lodi. Jackson Daniel Lewis. Nicholas Russian Love. Daniel Jackson Laville. Danielle D'Alessandro Lucido. Mackenzie Ann Lujan. Mikkel Tierney Ma. Bentley Mahakish Kit Kittishai. Adam Vincent Makar. Connor Scott Manning. Yasmin Azim Mansour. Tyler D. Marchik. Allison Nicole Martin. Brandon Robert Martin. Joshua J. Mosk. Olivia Jane Matthews. Mindy Rose McCombs. Delisa Larriere McDonald. Connor Lynn McGovern. Maxwell Lane McGrath. Brady Catherine McGuire.
Luke David McKenzie. Kyle Lee McLaughlin. Taylor Janelle McMahon. Cale Garrett McMakin. James Griffin McSwain. Ashton Elizabeth McHorder. Conrad Elias Meinken. Sierra Madison Menzies. Anna Beth Mershon. Patrick Jacob Meyer. Andrew James Myers. David Andrew Miller. Austin Jack Mills. Ariel Brooke Middleman. Mackenzie R. Monroe. Emily Marie Moore. Logan Thomas Moore. Maria Lorraine Murillo. Haley O'Hara Callahan Moe. Logan Christopher Mueller. Carson Andrew Mulholland. Meredith Lauren Mullen. Reed Myrick Cox. Michael Natachi. Joseph Robert Nail. Dennis William Nedzelski. David Joseph Nolan. Ashley Ray Norris. Michael Anthony Nothnick. Michaela Marie O'Brien. Haley Nicole O'Hara. Annie Carol Olson. Matthew Ryan Ortega. Matthew Robert Overton. Daniel Oliver Pankratz. Patricio D. Paras. Jacob Haynes Paschal. Samantha Elizabeth Pecknick. Anna Jean Peters. Emily Sorensen Petz. Kate Price. Sean Christopher Price. Brooke Alexa Proctor. Victor N. Puka. Omar Pulido. Ahmad S. Karini. Camille Elizabeth Quinn. Ryan Callaway Ralston.
Luke Michael Reddick. Vipul Vata Reddy. Daniel John Riley. Mariah Michaela Reamer. Tara Michelle Renault. Rochelle Megan Renville. Jamie Alyssa Mojica Reyes. Benjamin James Richards. Connor Allen Richenberg. Bailey Maberline Ridgway. Anna Marguerite Reekman. Carl Chester Reekman. Nicholas Eduardo Riveros Horst. Haley Christine Robb. Cade Bolton Roberts. Trevor Arthur Robinson. Sydney Marie Rockwell. Dion Lexus Rodriguez. Nelson Lewis Romano Jr. Andrew Gates Romish. Carter Allen Rosenkrantz. Colin Patrick Ross. Emma Marie Rausch. Parker Allen Roy. Gabrielle Sophia Ruby. Tristan James Russell. Ethan T. Saladin. Damian M. Solomon. Lauren Renee Samuel. Sandra S. Sanchez. Jose Santa Maria. Matthew Stephen Schmitz. Madison Hope Schoencase. Carson Michael Schramm. Cooper Joseph Scott. Devin Alexander Scott. Jeffrey Carson Scott. Dylan Jacob Shapiro. Megan Shelton. Emily Marie Sieben. Jessica Sylvia Siplon. J. Stephen Sitzman. Blaine Patrick Smith. Garrett Paul Smith. Jacob Richard Smith. Christine Elaine Smith. Rebecca Daniel Smith.
Kiyothi Harshita Somayaji. Brooke Marie Spillman. Elise Janice St. Louis. Miranda Noel Stark. Joseph David Steinbraun. Thomas James Stivers. Madison Louise Stringfellow. Kendall Marie Strohs. Jack Ryan Sutton. Lemoyne Riley Tatum. Bailey Edward Thomas. Tanner Dean Thompson. Tyler Jane Tilley. Alexander Thomas Timpey. Madison Mary June Tira. Avalon Rio Troyola. Hunter Edward Shippert. Testme Fariz Turkmani. Kenley Elizabeth Urban. Alexandra Michelle Vanoy. Sai Vishwaj Vasam. Christopher Joseph Vega. Veronica Joan Ventura. Luke Thomas Viesteins. Shannon K. Walker. Lucas Anthony Wassel. Jared Christian Way. Emily Louise Webb. Harrison Michael Whitney. Chad Michael Wilhite. Jacob Allen Williams. Reed Michael Williams. Ryan Paul Williams. Sterling Hamilton Collins Williams. Carolyn Marie Willis. Chase Charles Wilson. Luke Alexander Wilson. Hope Elizabeth Wittizak. Rachel Olivia Wood. Jacob Alexander Wright. Jaron Brent Wright. Jamie Courtney Yearout. Zachary Tyler Young. Frank Xavier Zappa Jr. Rachel Nicole Zevitz. Olivia Han Zhao. Ryan Lewis.
At this time, will the senior class members of choir please come to the front stage and lead us in the alma mater? While we prepare to sing the alma mater, I have a few closing announcements. If you're interested in purchasing a video of our commencement exercise, information can be found on the school's website, or you may call the school on Monday for additional information. You may congratulate your senior class by leaving Kemper, going across the street to the American Royal Building across from Gate 3. Ushers and security will direct you to that area. This year, for the first time, our seniors will be able to keep their cap and gown. Therefore, you'll be able to take pictures of your graduate in full regalia in that American Royal area. Will you please stand and join the senior class members of the Blue Valley West Choir as, in keeping with tradition, they lead us in singing the Blue Valley West Alma Mater. You will find the words on the last page of your program.
Victory bells, successes there discover. Red, black, silver are the colors. Jaguar! Blue Valley West. That's
On behalf of the Blue Valley West faculty and the faculties of your elementary and middle school teachers, I would like to congratulate each of you. Thank you everyone for being here and sharing this great afternoon with this exemplary class of graduates. Indeed, they will accomplish much in the future. Everything they've done so far has been first class. No doubt they will continue. Lastly, please remember, once a Jaguar, always a Jaguar, and come back and see us. At this time, as graduates, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Now, please find your parents or grandparents, family members, find your family, turn and face them. Ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce the Blue Valley West class of 2014. Congratulations. Start the recession.